Hello students, I am Aniket Kirsch and today I am going to start Unit 2 HTML from your computer application syllabus. So let's start. So first of all, let us discuss what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. So what do you mean by the term language? Language, we know that, programming language. We have heard programming language like C, C++, Java, in which programs are designed. What are programs? When we, in this lift system, in this calculator, in traffic signals, in all these devices, we have programs, right? All these programs are designed in programming languages. But in hypertext markup language, it is not a programming language. It is a markup language. So what is markup language? Markup language is a way to, is the way to use the tags to display a web page or to define a web page. Getting? So markup language is the, in this language, we will use some tags. These tags are used to define web pages. What are web pages? We will see, right? So the basic, what I'm trying to say is what is markup language. Now, what do you mean by the term hypertext? Hypertext. We have, there's one more text, linear text. The normal, whatever, when we write something, that is a linear text. Whenever you open any, web page, you understand? Web page means whenever you use internet, whatever websites you open, that website is made up of number of web pages. From one page to another page, you switch, right? So how you switches from one page to another page? All these pages are interlinked, right? By clicking on some particular text, you can switch to another page. You can be diverted to some other page. So this hypertext are the text which are what? Which can be linked, interlinked between the different pages, right? Hypertext can link different pages so that using it, you can switch from one page to another page, right? Because of hyperlink only, it is possible to connect number of web pages, right? So let's start. What all things we will see in this see computer application unit to HTML. So what are the objectives for today? We will understand what is HTML, right? Then what all are the basic tags which we use in HTML. Then elements of HTML. Then what is browser? How to create web pages. And after after completion of this lecture, you will be able to know that how web pages are created. You will be familiar with the terminologies related to HTML document. You will also understand how tags are used while creating any web page, right? So let's start. What is HTML? It stands for Hypertext Markup Language. I told you what is hypertext. Again, I am telling you, hypertext are the text. Text means the word. The word is considered as a text in the field of computer. Font, text. So the text, then that text is capable to take you to some other page, then that is considered as a hypertext. You know what is hyperlink? Hyperlink, the blue whenever you read any web page, in between you have seen some text are in blue color with an underline, and when you click on that, you will be diverted to some particular page, particular web page. So that is a hyperlink, and that is what we call hypertext, right? Hypertext, hyperlink. And markup language, I already told you, markup language means it is a language in which tags are used to define a web page, to display the layout of to define a layout of a web page, how it will look, how web page will look. So HTML is a markup language which is used for creating web pages. Web pages means what? Websites are also made up of web pages. If you are able to create web page, means you are creating website, right? if you are able to create a web page, number of web pages you have to create, and then you have to interlink it, then it will become a website. Nowadays we have seen number of websites, the number of softwares available in which you can directly create a website. And online also, in one website is there, Wix. You have seen, you have heard of it, right? Wix.com or something, Wix.in or .com. In that also, online you can create a website of your own, right? You can create. So without HTML, how you are using such online softwares or such kind of applications to create a website? Because HTML is the only thing through which you can create a website or web pages. But there are several languages also through which you can create website. But in actual, what happens, whatever you are directly clicking and dragging in the back end, what is happening, the HTML coding is automatically will automatically be formed, right? Will automatically be written. So here or there, anywhere, but code you have to write, right? Automatically it is written. But if you know this, you will be able to create a website, right? It is good to know this language, because ultimately, if any kind of error is there, then the person who know the basic can only dissolve it. Okay. Now next, it describes the structure of our web pages. It describes the structure of our web pages. How web page should look. In internet, when you visit any website, you have seen number of websites. Somewhere, the text are written on a very attractive manner. Some in some web page you have seen some kind of form. In some pages you have seen some table. In the upper side, some tabs are there. So how you want to create that web page? Different web pages are there. In one page you will show the contact list, contact numbers or contact websites. In some page you will show the about us option, about us tab. Under that you will mention something about your organization. So different web pages are there. In some web page you will show the data in the form of table. So, and in some page you will pop up any kind of form. So what are all this? You are describing the different structures on different web pages. Okay, so this can be done using the HTML. HTML elements tell the browser how to display the content. HTML tells the browser how to display the content. What is browser? Browsers are the softwares through which you can access the web pages or website. So can you give me the example? Right. Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer. All these are what? All these are browsers. Whenever you want to access internet, whenever you do Google, so where you go, you click on the browsers. You open the browsers. In the web address, you write www.google.com, something like that. And in that you search whatever you want to surf, right? So browser is a software through which you access the internet pages, right? And web pages means what? Internet pages. So web pages are, opened by the browser, right? So HTML elements tell the browser how to display the content, because HTML is accessing the web pages. So the HTML elements will tell the browser that how it should display the content. Understood? Means in one way you can say that browser reads the HTML document. You can create your own website. If you know how to create a web page, obviously you will be able to create a website. Number of web pages you will create. You will connect all these web pages, and then you can, that is a website. Okay, just you have to do is that you have to upload it on the, internet. So all these points are clear, I think. What is HTML, about the HTML, right? Now next, let us see the simple HTML document. First, I want to tell you how you can create this HTML document. You want any editor, right? somewhere if you are writing, you are creating HTML document which will be readable to the browser like that of Google Chrome. So where you will write this markup language, where we will write this tags. So Notepad, the basic editor is there are a number of editors, but the basic editor which you should use during the learning period is Notepad, right? In Notepad, you can write all these tags, and when you will save that file, it will take .txt extension automatically. By default, it will take .txt extension, right? Whenever you save files, different files have different formats. Okay, so whenever you create any HTML document where you will write the code tags, you will write the tags in a this Notepad, right? Notepad is the editor in which you will write the HTML tags, and when you will save it, you have to use, in place of .txt, you have to change it to .html. You have to write, and then you have to click on save button. It will automatically create HTML document. In place of normal text file, it will create HTML document. .html or .htm. It will take both these extensions, right? So like this, you have to save. And after, when you will save like this, it will automatically, that icon, it will be, that automatically change to your by default browser. Suppose by default browser selected in your system is Google Chrome. So when you will save any this Notepad file with the .html extension, it will automatically, the icon will automatically change to browser, by default browser. If your by default browser which is selected in your system is Mozilla Firefox, then it will show the icon of Mozilla Firefox with the name which you have given to your HTML document. Understood? Now see, simple HTML document. Here, HTML, these all are tags. Getting? These all are tags. TAGS, tags. HTML tag. See, here we have HTML tag. Then, whenever you open, you can notice here, right? HTML tag is opened in the first line. And at the last, HTML tag is closed. In the starting, HTML tag is opened, and in the last, HTML tag is closed. And when started, in the open tag, we have just written HTML inside the angle bracket. And in the last, we have here also we have written HTML inside the angle bracket. But before HTML, one slash is there, right? That is forward slash. So in the, whenever you will close any tag, that is the open, in the starting you have written open tag of HTML. In the end, you have written close tag of HTML. And whenever you will close, you will put slash symbol, forward slash symbol. Okay. Now, after HTML, between this HTML start and HTML close, here you can see this red curly braces is to show you properly. Here you can see under this starting HTML and close HTML tag, head is there, right? Head closed and head opened and head closed. Head opened, normal head is written inside the angle bracket, and then again head is written with a slash, that is for the close, right? Head open, head close. Head tag, HTML tag, under HTML tag, head tag is there, and body tag. Below head tag, you can see body tag. In body tag, we have body opened, body close. Now under HTML tags, in this, the overall or globally in this page, broadly if you will see, HTML is in the starting, HTML close is HTML open in the starting, HTML close in the end. And in between, head and body is there, right? Head and body is there. And inside head, title tag is there. Inside head tag, head open, head close, title tag is there. And after head, we have body section. In body section, body open, body close, in between body, we have written H1 something like this and P. This H1 and P, we will see what all these tags are. But this is, in broad sense, Under HTML tag open and close, you will put head and body, and title should be written inside this head section. Understood? Now this is the just basic simple structure how you will write this HTML tags. Some tags you are getting familiar. Now next, so here you can see some tags we will discuss here. HTML tag we just seen. What is HTML? Let us see. This tag encloses the complete HTML document. This tag encloses the complete HTML document. Means the total complete document, whatever file, whatever HTML document you are creating, you have to start it with the HTML symbol and you have to close it with closing tag of HTML, right? Using the forward slash. It is mainly comprises of header, which is represented by head, and document body, which is represented by body. Means under HTML document, you will open HTML and close HTML, and in between you have head and body. Head is for the upper side, right? Head is for the upper side of your browser. Whatever you want to display should be displayed in the upper side, in the header. Okay, and so title is written inside the header, and in below, at the below side, you can see body section, body tags. Okay, under there you can write different paragraphs or something, sentences, text, whatever picture you want to place, pictures, whatever you are doing, you will do it on the body section. Head for the title and all, and body for the main body of the browser, right? Whatever you are trying to display. Now next is head. This tag represents the document header, which can keep other HTML tags like title, link, etc. Whenever you open any browser, you have seen in the upper part, in the title bar, you have seen the tabs starts, you can see the title is displayed in that header. Okay, and below, whatever the this complete area is, that is body, where you will place paragraphs, you will write sentences, whatever the main body part is. Okay, head and body, you can say this HTML document is mainly divided into head and body, right? And under head section you will write title and link, other links, and inside the body section you will place pictures, paragraphs, sentences, and all these things. Now next is title. All these are what? All these tags are will be opened and closed, and the head will be inside HTML and title will be inside head. So now the title tag is used inside the head to mention the document title. We have seen whenever you open any web page, there's a title in the topmost upper side. So what happens? This title is placed in the under head in the header. Okay, so that the title will be displayed whenever you open any page in the upper side, in the top, in the top, in the title bar. Title bar, right? And one more thing, whenever you open 2-3 web pages, or you open 2-3 tabs when you visit any in any browser, you open any link, so 2-3 tabs you open, right? And different titles are there for different tabs, because the tab is present under header. Okay, now next, body. We have already discussed HTML head, title. Now body. I just told you that inside HTML we have this header and body, head and body. Inside that body we have the body consists of contains main parts. It represents the document body, which other HTML tags like h1, div, p, etc. Number of tags are there, right? So all these tags have some particular use. And h1, here you can see this represents the heading, and this p tag represents the paragraph p. So p is a paragraph. So where it will be written? Inside and head or body? Obviously it is a paragraph, so it will be written inside body section. Heading will also be inside body section. Okay, title will be inside head section. Okay, now next, let's see the basic structure, HTML document structure, right? Inside HTML, you can see It's opening tag of HTML, closing tag of HTML. In between, head opened, head closed. And in between this head, document header related tags will be placed, right? Will be used. And under this body section, body tag open, body tag closed, document body related tags will be used. Okay. Now let's see what is browser. What is browser? I told you browser is like example of browser is Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Google Chrome. Number of browsers are there. These are special softwares which is used to open or to access web pages or HTML document. What you are creating? You are creating web pages now. You are writing codings in Notepad or any editor, and you are saving it with .html extension. So it will be opened. Now it is HTML document. So it will be accessed in the internet. Okay. Now examples. Let's see the examples. Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer. We have already discussed. Now next. What is an HTML element? We have seen the documents. We have seen what is HTML. We have seen some kind of text, how text tags look, right? Now, what is this HTML element? Element, from the term element, we can understand that whatever is written inside the HTML, all are elements, right? These elements are responsible for creating web pages and define content in that web page. Whatever while creating HTML document, whatever things we are writing, whatever tags, whatever all these are what elements of the HTML tag. Okay, all these are elements of the HTML, right? Now this is categorized in two parts. One is container elements and another is empty elements. Now let's see what is container element. In HTML, the tags that include both on and off tags are termed as a container element. But we have seen in every tags, we have seen like HTML tag, we will open it, then we will close it. Body tag we will open, then close. Head we will open, title, we have seen every tags, but there are some tags in which we will not use off one. You will not close that tag, right? So I think you understood the first line. In HTML, the tags that include both on and off tags are termed as container elements. Why it is known as container elements? Because that tag is opening, and after that, that is closing. In between, we are writing something because it is containing something. Between open and close, it is containing something, some paragraph like that of body tag. Body is opened and body is closed. In between that, we will write paragraphs, right? We will write paragraphs. We will change the font of that paragraph, writing some tags. So what are all this? We are. So what are all this? We are creating. We are creating such a document in such a way so that on and off tag is not used in everywhere, right? So this all tags in which we have on and off both, they are considered as container elements. Okay, and that these tags are opened and closed. You already know this, right? While closing, we use forward slash, and during the opening, we will just write the tag. Like in case of HTML or body, we will just write HTML or body, and while closing it, we will put a slash mark before body or HTML, right? In example, you can see while opening HTML, Angular bracket is opened, and in that inside it we will write HTML, and during the closing we will put a slash before HTML, right? Now, what is empty elements? Container elements and empty elements. Two types of elements are there of HTML. Now, empty elements only contain on tags. On tags means it will be opened, but it will not be closed. They do not have off tags, right? These elements do not enclose any data. Obviously, we are not opening and closing, so in between we will not write anything, right? So it will not enclose any data. Instead, they do something on their own. There are some tags which are written to implement some task without consisting any data, like that of body, title, and all. So here we can take, we can see the example of break tag, BR, under angular bracket. If you will write BR, this is for the break line, right? This break line tags are used when we want to change the line of any paragraph. If you will directly write, if you will, in a notepad, you will directly write any sentence and you will press enter button. Then you will again write the next sentence. Then you will press enter button. And after, when you will save it with HTML extension, you will create an HTML document and you will open it in browser. You will see all after in next line using the enter button you have written, all this will be seen in one line only. So what you can do, after completion of line, you have to what? You have to put BR in angular bracket, means this tag you have to use to break the line, so that even if you will write in a single sentence and in between you will write BR tag, from there the line will be break. Okay, and that the other part will be shift to next line. So this is the use of break tag, right? Break line tag. Okay, now next, let's see some basic HTML basic tags. Okay, so first, heading tags. In your document, you can use different sizes for your heading. Whenever whenever you open any web pages, you have seen heading on it, right? Heading. We are talking about that heading. That headings are created using the heading tag in HTML, right? In your document, you can use different sizes for your heading. Heading can be of different size. Like you create, when you work on MS Word, you change the font size. In the same way, in HTML, you have different heading sizes. So in HTML, we have 6 levels of heading, which uses the elements H1, S2, S3, H4, H5, S6. So what are they? When you will use H1, see here, if you will write H1, if you will write the heading inside H1, it will be displayed in this large size. Hai na? Its font size is too large. H1 is defined as a too large size caption. Okay. And in case of S2, it will reduce. In case of S3. So suppose in your HTML page, you want your heading should be, medium size. The font size should be medium. So you will write that heading inside H3. You will open S3, you will write the heading, and then you will close S3. Okay. And if you want it to be of very large size, of this, as you can see in the topmost, so it will, if you write H1, then it will be displayed in a very huge size, right? So in this way, but where we will write this heading? Obviously, we are creating a document. Your HTML document you are creating. So in browser, headings are where headings are written. It will be inside body. Okay, this H1, S2, whatever the heading you will give, this you will write inside body section, because whatever creating document you creating, head is for the header, that will be displayed in the tab section, header section. So heading will be there in the body section. Okay, now next, second is paragraph tag. Paragraph tag. Now what kind of tag? Obviously from the name itself it is understandable that it is a for the paragraph. So where we will write the paragraph? In the HTML document we have seen, right? Let me show you. Here, see. Here, see. This Angular, Angular P opened, Angular P closed. H1 is also, here you can see H1. In H1, you can see H1 is the heading. In any, when you are creating any HTML document, you have to check whether how it is looking in a browser, right? So if it will be written in H1, the heading will be of too large size. Okay. And P, paragraph. In paragraph, suppose 4 to 5 lines are there. Okay. So paragraph open, paragraph close. Then again, next paragraph, you will open paragraph, then close paragraph. So in this way, you will create number of paragraphs in your HTML documents. Okay. Whenever we create any HTML document, with change, we, see that by opening it in the browser, how it will look. Okay. So heading we have seen. Now paragraph So each paragraph of the text should go in between an opening angular between P, in between P and a closing with a slash P. Okay. This tag is for the paragraph. Paragraphs are heading and paragraphs. All these are in the body section of the HTML, right? Now, see example. First paragraph of text, second paragraph of text, third paragraph of text. Because we have given it inside a P angular P means paragraph tag, we have written it inside a paragraph tag. That's why it is in different lines. Suppose in one paragraph I will write 5 lines, and another paragraph between another paragraph tag I will write 5 lines. So this five lines will be separate, okay, separately written. But if I will not write this in and inside this paragraph tag, then all this line will be displayed in a single line. In when you will open it in Brave, it's okay if you will write it in a editor, but when you will open it in browser, it will be in a single line. So that's why you are what you are doing. You are putting paragraph tag, okay, so that it will it will understand that yes, user has created different paragraphs, okay. Now next, let's talk about line break tag. Whenever you use the break element, anything following it starts, wait, anything following it starts from the next line. We have already discussed this, right? Line break tag. So under angular bracket, we have to write what? BR, then space, and then slash. What kind of element it is? Container or an empty? Obviously empty, because we are not going we are not going to open it and close it. We will just put it there where we want to end the line, where we want to break the line. Suppose after some I will show you, right? We will see the example also. Whenever you use the break element, anything following it starts from the next line. Suppose you have written any line, and in between you will put this BR under this tag you will put. Then what happens? After this, whatever has been written will be shift to next line, okay. So this is line break tag. This tag is an example of empty element we have seen. It has a space between the character BR and the forward slash. It has a space between, okay. After BR you have to give one space, then you have to put a slash symbol, then only it will work. Otherwise, some of the HTML versions will not be able, especially old versions will not be able to execute it, okay. Now next, let's see the example of this line break tag. So here you can see paragraph tag opened and paragraph tag closed. In one this is a single paragraph, right? This is single paragraph opened and paragraph closed. P, you can see P in the starting, P tag in the starting, paragraph closing in the last, okay. Now after in between, what is written? Hi. After that, break tag means after hi it should break the line. In next line you have to submit your copy on Monday, then break tag next line means next line, thank you, then break next line, and Roshan, okay. So all this has been written in the next line, okay. Suppose I will not give this break tag, I will not write this BR tag after all this, right? So what will happen? It will write this complete in a single sentence. Even if you will write in different lines, then also it will write it in a single line. Hi, you have to submit your copy on Monday, thank you, Rohan, in a single line. So that's why we have written this break tag, okay. Now next, center tag. So what is the center tag? From the word itself, it is it is very one of the very good feature, that from the word itself we will understand what is the purpose of that tag, okay. So center tag is used to put any content in the center of a page or any table or cell. Table cell, you understand what is cell? In a table is created is made up of cells, number of cells. All that those boxes in a table, each and every box is considered as a cell, right? So center tag is used to put any content in the center of the page or any table cell. It means it is aligned at the center, okay. Now let's see the example of it. So body start, body close, right? Body start, body because of here I am showing the examples, but in real, whenever you will implement the task from starting, you have to write the pattern. You know the structure of the HTML tags. You have to start HTML tag. You have to close it. In between, you have to start write head, under head, give some title, and in body sections, you have to do something like this. Okay. So inside body section, paragraph open. This text is not in the center. Paragraph close. Now center, if we will open start center, we will open center tag, and inside it we will write any paragraph. See, after that, in body section, first we have written simple paragraph. Now we have started center tag, and now I will write any paragraph. Okay. And now I will close the center and then body. So the paragraph which is written inside center tag will be displayed in the center of your web page, will be displayed at the center of your HTML document. Getting? It will be, whenever you will open this page in the browser, whatever page you have created, it will be displayed at the center of your browser. Okay. Whatever you will write in between the center tag. So what kind of tag is center tag? Means what kind of element? It is a container element or a empty element? Obviously container element. As you can see, in between the center tag, we are writing something, right? So center open, we are opening it, this tag, and then we are closing this tag. Getting? Whether you are able to see or not. It's very clear, it's very easy. From the word itself, you will be able to, recall what is the purpose of that tag. Number of tags are there. Basic tag. You can create your, web browser. You have already visited web pages. It's very attractive, right? Now let's see the next one, right? After this, next is horizontal lines. Horizontal lines. Suppose you are creating any document or any form or any other kind of, and you want to, draw a line in between the, paragraph or something like that. You want to draw a horizontal line. So what you can do? You can write, you can use horizontal tag. Horizontal lines are used to visually break up sections of a document. You can divide the your page or your document in the number of different sections. You have seen in some forms, right? In some forms, you have to fill your basic details like that of your name, father name, address, and all. And then sharp line is there, and our horizontal line is there. And after that, you have to fill your education details, and after that some sharp line is there. Then there's a uploading options are there. So what all this how these lines are drawn, all these horizontal lines are drawn using the horizontal tags, right? So the HR tag that creates a line from the current position in the document to the right margin. Let us see example of it. Body. Inside a body, you have written any paragraph, right? And after that paragraph, you have written what? HR, horizontal tag, HR space / and then again one paragraph. Then you close to the body, right? So what is happening? You have written two paragraphs under body section. Here you have written two paragraphs, and in between this paragraphs, what you have done? You have written horizontal tag, HR tag. So what will happen in the result? You can see. In the result, you can see the paragraph is present above line. This is the first paragraph, right? And in the second paragraph, this paragraph is present below line. So in this way, it will be displayed. So it is very easy. HTML document, to create document in HTML is very easy. So these are some of the basic tags which we have discussed. In this way, number of tags are there. Anchor tag, you can marquee tag, through which you can display text in a very beautiful way. You can your text can be seen sliding, or moving from one place to another place in a web page. You have seen, right? In some web pages, in some websites, you have seen below in the bottom side something is moving from one uh, point to another point, something like that, in a very colorful manner. We can change the color of this text. We can change the font size of any text. So number of text are number of tags are there in this HTML, obviously, because HTML is the standard markup language to create any web page. So whatever web pages you have seen in the field of internet, whenever you are accessing internet, whatever web pages, websites you are visiting, all those websites are created in HTML, right? Created in HTML. And HTML means what? In HTML document, you create web pages, and these web pages are interlinked, right? Interlinked using the hyperlink, hypertext, you can see. And then with the help of that, you can create websites. Understood? And one more thing, we used to add this other programs kind of things, or this is just a static website. If you want to make it dynamic and you want to add some other features, you can add it on this only, right? And even you can define the versions in which it can be opened. Doc type you can define. So number of tags are there. We will discuss each and every tags and all these features, whatever we can do. All this we can even create forms. You have seen in the websites, right? Forms and all, you used to fill it and you submit it. All these are the extra things which is done with the help of the database programming and all. But this the front end, whatever you see, whenever any users use computer, accesses internet using the browser, whatever he see, the front end, that is the website, is created using the HTML. And the extra features, whatever he is submitting, and that is submitting to the database, all these are requires extra features, which is done with the help of the programming and database. But at the front end, HTML is the main language. So to make the web page very attractive, it is very much required. Okay, so I hope you understood whatever I taught today, and that's it for today. Thank you.